Let me show you some of the new stuff in the new SalesNexus that I'm really excited about. Here I am on Amanda, my prospect, and you can see over here on the right, automatically our Nexi AI is giving me strategic tips, recommending what emails I should send to Amanda, what I should talk about when I call her, and so on. So that just happens for every customer as you're navigating through the system. Then also you can see here when I call Amanda, I can click, you can see we can connect to your Twilio, your Ring Central account. I can click right here, it dials my phone. You can have it dial your mobile phone or your phone on your computer. When it does that, it's going to record the call and create a transcript. So you can see here, if I want to play the recording, I always have that. Management can access it. And down here, I have a full transcript of the entire conversation. That just happens automatically. And let me show you this. So here you can see in the conversation with Amanda, I was asking her about a solar install on her house. And I asked her how many bedrooms she has. She told me she has 5 bedrooms. And she told me she has 3,200 foot or square foot home, right? Amongst other things. So all of that information then becomes context for the AI. So when I want to send Amanda a follow-up after that conversation, I go over here to Nexi and click strategic or suggested actions. And right here, it's suggesting an email. And notice right here, it's using that information about the 5 bedrooms and the 3,200 square feet to write the appropriate email. So I hit apply, and it's going to give me a preview of the email. Okay, so here's the preview of the email. You can see it's referencing the information about my conversation that was transcribed with Amanda. I can make edits to the text and so on. It puts in my signature as defined by the user. And then I hit send, and off the email goes to Amanda, right? So awesome. Now I'm moving on. While we're on Amanda, though, you can see here, we're also connecting to your Gmail or your Outlook account. And so all your email conversations with every customer are archived automatically. And I can expand any of them and take a look at what we've previously emailed about. But I'm going to expand this one in particular where we have a whole thread of back and forth, right? And you can see here are the emails that Amanda sent to me. I can hit reply. And again, Nexi is going to write a reply for you based on the context of that conversation and everything else that we know about Amanda in the CRM. So there's my email. I talked to her about the pitch of her roof, and you can see how Nexi is automatically using that information in the reply for Amanda. Again, I hit send, and off the email goes. So pretty neat, right? Now, because I had that call with Amanda where she gave me the details I need in order to put together a proposal for her, right? She has automatically been added to my sales pipeline. So you can see here in my pipeline for enhanced energy independence, there's Amanda. And you can see this pipeline works, like you would expect. I can drag opportunities from one stage to another, but also SalesNexus can do that automatically. So let me show you how that works. For every stage, I can create automations. So here I can come in and say, when a task is completed, then I want to automatically move her to the next stage. So if my task is to create that proposal, when I complete that, it's automatically going to move Samantha to the next stage. And then I can come over here and create automations for that stage as well, which could be, when the opportunity's moved over here, then I automatically want to send them an email. and I choose the campaign that I want to send. And now that trigger has set up. And you can have multiple triggers for every stage. So I could also say when they're stalled in this stage, then I want to send a different email, right? So we'll pick the right campaign and determine how long it takes to be stalled. So it's been in this stage for too long, right? That's what that means. And you can see here you have a lot of options. You can send a text message, you can post a webhook, you can create a note, you can assign to a different user, you can assign to the best performing user, which is really exciting. All kinds of options so that your entire pipeline is being automatically moved forward, and even the ones that stall are getting the right attention, including, let's say they get here to the qualification stage and they just, nothing happens. They kind of go cold on you, right? Well, I can create another one that says when they're stalled in this stage, then I want to move them to a different pipeline because they've gone cold, right? So I'm going to choose my customer prospects, which is just my holding place for, sort of cold leads. And you can see, how that would work. Now let's look at that a little more. In addition to sales pipelines, I have marketing goals. So that's what we see here. And they work similarly, but it's more like a funnel, right? Where you're just automating the communication. And you can create triggers. So for every step, you can see here, I've already set those up. When they first come into this stage, they're going to get an email. When they're stalled in this stage, they're going to get another email. When they're stalled for way too long, they get moved to a whole other pipeline, which is my, super cold leads. And when they click an email that I've sent to them, then they automatically get moved to the next stage in the pipeline. And so you can create sort of a drip system where they keep getting emails, and if they engage, they move down in the funnel. If they don't engage, they move backwards in the funnel or into a different funnel. So you can really automate the entire process so that you're staying focused on individual customers who are showing you they're qualified. And when you're working with those customers, you're not spending a lot of time doing a lot of follow-up work and writing emails. Nexi is doing all the work for you.